Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some Black Series 6-inch figures that were released back at the beginning of September for Force Friday 2. And the first figure that I want to give you a look at is a Toys R Us exclusive. It's none other than this guy. This is Clone Commander Gree from Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Now, the majority of figures released on Force Friday 2 were of course from Star Wars The Last Jedi, with the exception of one or two, and this is one of them. This is a figure that was released way back in April at Star Wars Celebration Orlando, and to be quite honest, I really wasn't expecting to find this figure at UK retail. So to see this guy swinging on the pegs at Toys R Us on Force Friday 2 was a welcome surprise, and I had to pretty much jump at the chance to pick this guy up. Really impressed with him, and I can't wait to share him with you in more detail in just a little bit. Before we do, as always, let's take a quick look at the packaging that he comes in. And as I've alluded to in previous reviews, I'm very unhappy about the lack of packaging change when it comes to the Black Series 6-inch line. As you can see, we are still in the slightly boring, slightly dated Phase 3 packaging design, which features the red and black colour scheme. You've got the Star Wars The Black Series logo at the top of the box and some artwork of Commander Gree down in the bottom corner. On the side of the box, obviously you don't have the number in the series with this figure, as it's a Toys R Us exclusive. And on the back of the box you've got a brief description of the character, accompanied by that artwork and the Star Wars The Black Series logo once again. Now, as I've said in numerous reviews before, I'm really getting sick and tired of this packaging. I really want it to change, but it does look like Hasbro are sticking with this packaging design for the foreseeable future. So enough about the packaging, the less said about it the better at this point. Let's take a look at this fantastic figure. Now, once again, this is a really nice addition to the collection. If you've been a follower of my channel for any period of time, then you'll know I'm a huge fan of Clone Troopers. So again, to see this guy hanging on pegs at Toys R Us on Force Friday 2 meant that I had to pick him up, and I'm really glad that I did. We'll touch base on articulation first, and then we'll run through some of the trivia and some of the details behind this figure. So obviously he's a 6-inch figure, so pretty standard stuff. We have a ball joint and a hinge at the neck. Due to the helmet sculpt, the articulation in the head is limited, but it's present nonetheless. You've got ball hinges at the shoulders, which again, slightly hindered by the shoulder plate. They're not like the AT-AT driver or the Death Trooper from Rogue One, in the sense that the shoulder plates are soft and mould over the shoulder when you raise the arm. That's a bit of a shame. We do have a double joint at the elbow, double joints at the wrist, ball joint at the torso, hinges at the hips, swivels at the thigh, double joints in the knees, and joints and a rocker at the ankles. So again, pretty standard stuff when it comes to the Black Series 6-inch line, super articulated and posable to the max. Now, one thing I really like about this figure is obviously the unique colour scheme. Commander Gree sees action on Kashyyyk during Episode 3, and so he needs that camouflage armour to blend in with his surroundings. Really do like the overall appearance of the figure. I think Hasbro have done a fantastic job with the paint detailing. You've got some really nice weathering on the armour. The camouflage texture has been really nicely applied. Overall, this is just a real stunner of a figure. Very unique indeed. Now, what Hasbro have done with this figure is they've taken the Phase 2 Clone Trooper from various multi-packs throughout the Black Series 6-inch line, such as the Troopers of Order 66 pack, which I've still got left to review for you guys, and also one of the earlier 4 packs which featured a sort of evolution of the Troopers throughout the Star Wars saga. They've taken that Phase 2 Clone Trooper, essentially repainted it, and added some additional sculpted details to make this figure accurate to Commander Gree's appearance in the film. As you can see, you've got the straps over the shoulders and down the chest there. Those are sculpted in place rather than just being painted. You've got a pouch sculpted around the leg. You've also got additional thermal detonators on the back of the figure, as opposed to the singular one on the standard clones. and you've also got a modified back plate with a removable antenna plugged inside. Now the antenna is slightly problematic. It doesn't plug all the way in to the hole in the back, and as such it falls out really easily. It doesn't clip into place, it just kind of sits there, and the slightest nudge will send that thing flying. So do be careful with that. It is also very thin, very bendy, so do be careful with it. Don't try and force it in too hard, as it will bend and likely snap. Now in terms of accessories, Commander Gree is absolutely packed to the brim. He does come with a DC-15S carbine pistol, as you can see, which is just the standard sculpt, nothing too special going on there. He does come with the lengthy DC-15 rifle as well, and he also comes with a pair of macro binoculars, which he is of course seen using in Revenge of the Sith prior to the execution of Order 66. Once again, this figure looks absolutely phenomenal. The gold visor, or the goldy green visor on the helmet, helps to make this figure really stand out. Again, the colour scheme is absolutely fantastic, and the overall execution of the paint job really works wonders for this figure, and I'm really impressed with it. So if you do get the opportunity to purchase this one for yourself, I highly recommend you do so, especially if you're a fan of the prequel trilogy and Clone Troopers in particular. This figure will really nicely complement Yoda from the Black Series 6-inch line, as well as all your other 6-inch Clone Troopers. And as always, there is a link down below in the video description where you can purchase this figure for yourself from staractionfigures.co.uk. Now, with him being an exclusive figure, he is slightly more expensive than your average 6-inch figure, but for the couple of pounds extra that it costs to get this guy, I'd highly recommend adding him to the collection. He's a really welcome addition and a fantastic figure in his own right. So that is going to do it for Clone Commander Gree from the Black Series 6-inch line. I'll be back to give you a look at some more 6-inch figures that were released on Force Friday in future reviews. Got some Star Wars Rebels characters to take a look at, and of course some characters from The Last Jedi, so make sure you stay tuned for all of those, and I'll see you again very soon for another review. Until then, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.